What is up, guys? And in today's video, I'm doing top five movies that I love that everyone just seems to hate for whatever reasons, but I'm sure you have your reasons. If you enjoyed the video, do subscribe if you are brand new around here. This video is credited to Bacon Pew Pew. He did a video just like this. Go check out his video. It is in the link in the description. This is my top 5. Go check out his top 5. I may even do a top 10 because there's a lot of movies that I enjoy that everyone just seems to hate. These are just 5 though. So like I said, go check out Bacon Pew Pew's video. Let's get right into this video with number 5, Child's Play 2019. Yes, probably the pitchforks and all that's already being brought out as I speak about this movie because everyone seems to hate this movie and sadly has forgotten this movie. You know, this was my first Chucky movie I got to see in the cinema. I remember just sitting in the cinema, seeing Chucky on the big screen, and just how fun that was. You know, back in 2019, it was just such a fun experience, and I remember the marketing for it. It was just such a fun time in horror. Yes, you had those people. Yes, I was on the fence about the movie. You can go check my videos where I talked about that film, but it was just a very fun time in the horror, you know, in the horror community, and I just had fun in the cinema watching it. And you can love, I've always said this, every time I talk about the original and this remake, I always speak about you can like both. Yes, you can like the original and you can like the remake. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know why people just can't all get along when it comes to it, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Now, number 4 is Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. This is one of my favorite Friday the 13th movies. You know, I think when you ask most people what is their favorite Friday the 13th movie, they're going to say Final Chapter or even Part 1. For me, it's A New Beginning. If it's not The New Beginning, it's one of the other ones. But A New Beginning is at least my top 3 favorite Friday the 13th movies. And again, that's my opinion. I like the copycat killer angle. I think it's something fresh and unique into this franchise. And again, this is the only franchise where you can do a copycat killer. Yeah, sure, we have Scream, but that's completely different. You know, you can't do a copycat killer with Michael or Freddy or Chucky. You can't do that. Here, you can do that. You know, Jason works with a copycat killer. Sure, you know, the movie's not perfect. Sure, it could have been done a little better. I get that. But it's still just a fun experience, and I like something fresh. Like, especially just watching these movies back to back. You can see exactly what I'm talking about. It's just a very fresh experience. And guess what? It didn't hurt the franchise. You know, it didn't hurt the franchise at all. Jason still came back. And if anything, I just think it made Jason more popular because it showed the studios, you know, just how popular Jason actually is. So, Friday the 13th, A New Beginning is my number 4. So, coming at number 3 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D. I think Bacon Pew Pew put this on his list as well. I was going to put Leatherface on the list, the 2017 one, but I decided to go with Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D. And I have my reasons. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise, I'm very casual with this franchise. It's a very casual franchise for me. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D, kind of enjoy it. And that's my opinion. Yes, there's some stupid dialogue. Sure, there's some stupid writing decisions. But at least the film is watchable. At least you can just turn it on and have a good time. And Leatherface is somewhat, you know, intimidating. I love that whole carnival scene. You know, it's just fun. Like, what can I say? But it's fun and it's entertaining. And I think people hate on this movie because the other person hates on it. You know, it's always a trend to hate on something. And that's how I feel. People really just hate on this movie for no reason. If you hate on it, and if you don't like it, give me your opinion because I'm really curious about why. Now, number 2 Number 2 is Nightmare on Elm Street 2010-2010s. Nightmare on Elm Street. I got to do a updated review for this movie because this is a movie where I have came around to this movie. because I really do enjoy Nightmare on Elm Street remake, and I will go as far as to say it's almost a perfect Nightmare on Elm Street movie. I know the pitchforks are already out because I put Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D on the list. Wait till you guys hear my first one. But yeah, but number 2, like I said, it's Nightmare on Elm Street 2010. It's not perfect, but it's just a fun time. And you got Dark Freddy. Like, we all want Dark Freddy, and he's here. Like I said, it's not a perfect movie, but it's close to being one of the best Nightmare on Elm Street movies we've had in a long time. And I think, you know, and this is my opinion, I would have loved a sequel to this if they would have, you know, just wrote their wrongs. I would have really enjoyed that, man. But, you know, Jackie Earle Haley, you know, did good, you know, in the role. I thought he did good. Micro Naps was a really cool and creative idea. There were some really cool shots, just visual shots. And I enjoyed Nightmare on Elm Street 2010. And that's my opinion. Number 1. Now, the pitchforks probably have already been brought out, but number 1 is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And I have a very unpopular opinion, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. I mean, this whole video is like that anyway, you know. But my number 1 is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. You know, I actually watched this last night before I made this video. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is starting to become one of my favorite Halloween movies, and I can actually say that. It's a movie where you have to literally come around to it. I'm going to make a whole new updated review for this movie very soon. But Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, I mean, it's different. You know, if you're tired of the same thing like we've recently been getting, and a lot of people don't want to admit to that, go to Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And you will surely see something different that gets a lot of people mad. Sure, I do not like the whole white horse, and well, I get it, but it's still somewhat, you know, it's still enjoyable. You know, the whole hospital scene is a really good moment in the film. You got the whole scene in the you know, in the field where Michael kills those people, like in the field. There's some really cool imagery, there's some really cool shots. The score, even though that original score is not in the movie, it still is a really cool score. Again, the hospital scene is one of my favorite Michael Myers moments in the entire franchise, and I will say that. And again, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, it's not perfect. You know, it can be a mess at times, but I mean, again, it's starting to become one of my favorite ones. And I cannot wait to do my ranking this October, because I think I'm gonna, a lot of people are angry with that ranking this year. But again, it's my opinion, and I like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. You know, like I said, it's a movie you're gonna have to come around to, and it's a movie that I've literally came around to. It's a movie that I used to not understand it, I used to not get it, but now I get it, and I get where, you know, Rob was going with it when it comes to this movie, and I enjoy it. So yeah, any more things I want to talk about this list of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2? Yes, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Come on, Brad Dourif's performance, Tyler Maine's performance as Michael, Scott Teller-Compton's performance as Laurie, Daniel Harris, you know, his performance. How can you not like this movie just from their, you know, just from them alone? You know what I mean? But anyways, let me know your top 5 movies that you love, everyone seems to hate. I will be doing a top 10 very soon, because like I said, there are a couple more movies that I like. There's even some Final Destination movies that I like that not a lot of people like. But I save all that for a top 10 video. If you enjoyed the video, do make sure you do subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Let me know your top 5 in the comments below.